So recording is on, Shweta ma'am? Yes, now your screen is visible.
The screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Just want to shift the tabs.
Shweta ma'am, your screen is visible, but we cannot hear you.
Yeah, I was not speaking. I was just kind of adjusting the screens for myself. ठीक है. It's not moving this. Smita ma'am, can you help me and tell which screen is visible right now?
Top pain points as specified by teachers.
All right, all right. So, okay, we are good to start. So, I think most of you who have registered for this event, you filled a little survey, right? That what are your pain points when it comes to question generation? The whole theme of this event is how we can generate quality and effective questions, because we all know that questions are very, very important piece of overall learning. Like, they are not just a tool to evaluate, but also during the learning process to reinforce what a student is learning. For that, questions are very important, and therefore the quality of questions, or what kind of questions we are asking, how we are delivering those questions, they become a very crucial part of the overall learning journey of a student. So, which is why this special session on just question generation. And before the session, we actually surveyed a lot of teachers, globally, to understand what are some of the challenges that teachers are facing these days when it comes to question generation. And this is a little data point from the same survey, wherein most of the teachers have pointed out that question generation is probably one of the most tedious and time consuming activity. Do you all agree to this, people who are in session?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So I think very closely it was followed by questions being repetitive. So we all know that there are only limited source of questions out there, the NCRT questions or the questions in exemplar and some reference books. And those questions have been asked like years after years. So they become a bit repetitive. Then another pain point is the questions are not specifically mapped to any concept or sub-concepts. So if you're giving that question, you won't know that if the student is not able to solve that specific question, then which concepts or sub-concepts he or she is exactly weak in, because we don't have that kind of tagging in place. That becomes the third challenge. Fourth challenge is, we all know that now after NEP 2020, our education policy is kind of emphasizing on higher order questions, so that it does not kind of pushes the students for rote learning, and to kind of evaluate the understanding of the subject. And those kind of questions, that CBT questions, competency based questions, assertion reason, case study based questions, the sources for that are like little less in the market. Then another challenge is that, suppose there is a case, you have found a good case, but if the case is lengthy, and if it is not very engaging, then the students, it will be very hard for students to get them to answer those kind of questions. So it's also important that the students have fun while they are kind of answering those questions. So that is another pain point, that questions are generally very boring and the students want to run away from those kind of questions. And then it's obviously like human errors creep in into questions, be it NCRT or any other books. So sometimes teachers have to struggle with the accuracy of questions, right?
Sorry to interrupt, Shweta ma'am. Your screen is not visible.
My screen is not visible. Thank you, ma'am, for pointing that out. Let me just try it.
Yes, it is visible now.
Yes, thank you. So these are some of the pain points that we have identified. Now, next part and the overall theme of the session. Can AI solve these challenges? So before I share my understanding on this, I would like to get a brief. I would like to get a quick sense of what our audience thinks here, and so I would want to kind of launch a little poll here. Please, everyone, take a minute and share what you think about AI as in technology and challenges that we have discussed as far as question generation is concerned. The poll is live. You all can vote. Okay, so I see most of the people are kind of confused, maybe not sure. There are a couple of people who think that yes, it can. So while this poll is live, I would like to share a very interesting fact about.
Excuse me, Shweta ma'am. Let me tell everyone that you can see a triangular shape in the right hand corner where you will find the pole. You can click on that pole. I think many are not aware of that.
Okay. Thank you, Smita ma'am, for helping the audience with the interface. Okay, so I see a lot of people think that it can. A lot of us are positive about it. So just a supporting fact here, a very interesting fact about AI. So we all know that it's a buzzword, and off late it has, kind of penetrated almost every field, every domain. But just to give you a sense of the power of this technology, an average AI system can do about 20,000 trillion computations in 1 single second. That is the power of this technology. So just imagine what a system with this kind of power can do, when it comes to the challenges that we face with question generation. So I think one of the top most problem was time consuming. And with the system so powerful in place, I think it can easily help us, by creating several questions in few seconds or few minutes. So yes, I think about 40 people have voted, wherein 30 people think that yes, it can. And now we will quickly see some ways how AI is very relevant when it comes to these challenges. So I'll just quickly go back to these pain points that we discussed. Time consuming. So we all know that AI can do millions of computations in a second. So it can generate a lot of questions also in very few minutes, and hence it can save time. So this the biggest challenge can be taken care of by AI. Now let's see repetitive. Can AI help us with questions being repetitive? Now, because there is a kind of sample set or existing set of questions. And because AI is so powerful at computations, it can easily match that, okay, this question is already there. So I don't have to create a similar question or same question. So it will create unique questions if it is given a command that the question should not repeat. And there also AI is very effective if you can properly configure it to not create same questions or similar questions and create unique questions. So the second challenge is also taken care of to a very large extent. Third, not mapped to the concepts. So some of the powerful AI systems who have been trained over, a huge amount of data, especially around the curriculum, those specific AI systems can take care of this, wherein you train the system that, okay, these questions are related to these subtopics or these subconcepts. So in that case, it can be taken care of. but it depends, like if the system is trained on that kind of data. So to some extent, this can be taken care of given that the system is trained. Now coming to the fourth one, less sources for new pattern. Now this is not so much of a problem. Again, if you train the AI system on the new education policy or on the new kind of patterns, if you can give the AI system some reference sample questions that you want the questions on these lines, on these patterns, then it can create questions, more questions on the same pattern. AI is a smart, like intelligence here refers to smartness. And I think one of the biggest area where AI can add value is make the questions engaging, because AI can bring personalization. I think the last event was more around personalization, so I won't go very deep into it. But with AI, we can get that kind of personalization that for every student, you can create a unique set of questions based on several parameters which are specific for that student. Now, be it his IQ, aptitude, his foundation skills, in basic arithmetic or comprehension reading, his competency across different subjects or topics. So, AI can take into account all these parameters and create personalized questions for every student so that that student finds it interesting. That student doesn't find the question too hard or too easy. It's just about to his level and just about to his learning preferences, his learning propensity, his learning and forgetting curve. So that's how AI can add huge value when it comes to creating questions that can engage the students, creating questions that the students don't run away from. And then it's machine, so obviously the error rate is much less as compared to human errors. So if you are generating a question using AI, any generic AI tool, there won't be any mistake as far as spelling or syntax etc is concerned. There can be other kind of mistakes though that we will discuss in next few slides. So coming back to our question, AI can help with all of these challenges that teachers are facing today when it comes to question generation. So now that we have, kind of established that AI can, so let's have a quick, demo of how AI can help us generate questions. Everyone, thumbs up. Shall we see a demo? All right. So this is a popular AI tool. I think most of you would have heard about it. Is my
Shweta, just hold. Mr. Rohit wanted to ask something. Rohit and Sonali Das, if you specify their queries.
yeah,
No,
okay.
sir. No, sir. I don't have a doubt. Thank you, sir.
You have raised your hand. No?
Yeah, actually, I just raised a hand, sir. Thumbs up by accidentally, I pressed it.
Okay,
Thank
all
you, sir.
right, all right. Go ahead, Shweta.
Okay.
So those who have raised your hand, uh, you can send your reaction through the smiley icon is there. If you want to ask anything, you can write in the chat box.
Let me know once my screen is visible.
No, ma'am.
Again, you have to present, ma'am.
Visible.
No, it's not visible right now.
Share it.
It's already shared. Just check.
Should I share your screen?
Yeah, you can, if there is an option at your end. From my side, it's showing that it's already shared and the button is disabled.
Once you stop sharing and then again share it, maybe. It's
Now
coming
it
now.
is.
Yeah, now I can see the screen.
Now we can see.
Okay. So this is one popular AI tool, Gemini by Google. Earlier it was Bard, but now they have made it even more powerful by integrating the browsing and image generating capabilities. So let's type in that, hi, I want to generate class 10th CBSE English questions for chapter Letter to God. Please generate um 20 questions as presented in board exams. Let's see what output we get. So you can see how in just few seconds you have a good, good list of 20 questions as it is asked in board exams, right? And then maybe you can even say that I want answers to. And then here it's giving the answers as well of all the questions that it presented earlier. It's visible?
Yes.
Yeah, it's visible.
Please give me questions for maths first chapter along with the solutions. So real numbers is, I think, the first chapter, and these are some questions that it has generated for that and the solutions. So it was just a quick demo of how AI can generate questions in very less time, and depending on what kind of prompt you give in here, what kind of command you give it to, right? So now moving back to our presentation. Here I can probably pause and maybe take a couple of questions if someone asks, and then we can continue.
Excuse me, ma'am. Sorry for interrupting.
Yes.
Yeah, am I audible to you?
Yes, you are audible. Please go
Ma'am,
ahead.
I'm having a doubt. You
Yes.
displayed the questions for maths and some other subjects. Is that
Mhm.
possible for generating the questions for language subjects as like Kannada and Hindi?
Yes, I will come to that. With different models, you can, have different capabilities, and there are multiple models. Although it's difficult to generate language, especially regional language of India, the local languages. Like when it comes to maybe Spanish or French, these are more popular languages. So you'll find more models for those languages. But when it comes to local Indian languages, it's a little difficult, but there's a way that you can do it, and we will come to that.
Yes, we can do it.
Thank you.
So before that, before we move to next part of the session,
Lata ma'am also wants to ask. Lata ma'am, your hand is raised. You want to ask anything? No, I think by default. You can carry on, ma'am.
all right. So before we move on to the next part of our presentation, I just want to get a sense of, what kind of AI tools our audience have kind of used or maybe even heard of so far. So there is a poll live on your end. These are some of the popular AI tools that teacher community have started using recently. Just you can tell that which tools have you heard of or which tools have you used.
Ma'am, your screen is not visible.
Again, I can't see your screen, ma'am.
You have to see the poll. It's there in the activity corner, triangle shape. On the right hand side, down bottom right hand side, you can see the shapes one, activity button. You can click on that and you can see the poll.
So a lot of people voting for Chat GPT. I think that
No,
is indeed the most popular AI tool, and maybe that was the one that, in fact, made AI accessible to common people initially. Chat GPT by OpenAI, thanks to Elon Musk.
So everyone is voting for
45 people, 48, 50 people voted for ChatGPT, few for Magic School, a couple of them for Gemini, a couple of them have not used many. So clearly, ChatGPT is overwhelmingly winning this poll as far as popularity is concerned amongst our community. Great. So, is my screen visible?
no, ma'am. It's not
No,
visible
it's
now.
not visible, ma'am.
not yet.
I'm sure. It's facing some technical issues.
No, ma'am.
Can we just try once again? Is it visible now?
No.
I have presented the screen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, now it's visible. Now
Yeah,
it's visible.
okay, okay.
I have presented for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Right. I would like to share a few other popular AI tools that can help in creating questions for teachers.
The screen
So
is
there
there.
is ChatGPT, there is Gemini. It's visible, right? The screen?
Yeah, I have presented the same slide is there.
Okay, okay. Claude, Perplexity, Chat PDF, Monica, Magic School. So these are some of the tools that can help in generating questions, and there are a few more. But then the question then comes that not everyone can have access to all the tools. So how do you decide that which AI tool to use when you are creating questions? So here is a quick comparison chart wherein I have compared these top AI tools, their strengths, their weaknesses, and what use case they fit in, what kind of questions they can create the best. So when it comes to Chat GPT, it's a very, very versatile model trained on a huge amount of data, and it's the most mature model so far. And therefore, it can actually generate a good set of, generic questions, all subjects, and especially the language subjects when it comes to English or other common languages, global languages. Now, Gemini, again, it has deep integration capabilities. It's by Google. Again, trained on huge amount of data, supports multiple languages. I think if you want to create content, language-specific content, this could be one of the best model. And it is also very good to generate technical and scientific questions like mathematics or science-based questions. Gemini is a good tool. When we come to Claude, it is relatively less mature, but it is very good at catching the context. Okay, it's a good context aware responses you get here. And social sciences, humanities are the kind of subjects where it creates quality questions. Perplexity, it is more about, it has a strength in creating interactive content. So when you want to probably do a quick interactive quiz for your students, then you can resort to Perplexity. Chat PDF, again, I think is a good tool for teachers because it can create a good quality of questions from a given set of document. So if you have a textbook and if you want the questions to be just in that scope from just that document that you have uploaded, then ChatGPT is the best tool. And Monica, it's more like a interface wherein this also uses a couple of different models. It uses ChatGPT, Gemini in the backend, where they have optimized to mimic human interaction. So if you want to generate discussion based questions, then Monica would be the best fitting tool. So this was a quick comparison of existing AI tools. But still, there are some challenges when it comes to AI generated questions. And the next segment of our presentation will be covering those challenges and how we can go about mitigating those challenges. So, before that, or maybe we will just first move to challenges and have a look at what are some of the challenges that teachers generally face. So for this also we created a little qualitative survey wherein we asked the teachers who have been using the AI tools that what kind of challenges they have been facing. So one biggest challenge when it comes to using these AI models is understanding of the prompts. So if it is, if you just want to create a very generic set of questions just to get us started, maybe simple prompts work. But when you want to create a specific set of questions adhering to certain guidelines, there the structure of the command that you give to your GPT or any AI model will actually define the quality of your questions. And there are a lot of things to take care of when you go about writing in that command or the prompt, what we call it technically, because you are actually in a way programming the system, because AI is a machine and it does not understand actually human language. It understands machine language, and therefore your command has to be structured in such a way that the machine does not get confused. So if there is any kind of ambiguity in the command that you are giving, the system will get confused and it will start generating very bad questions. It will start giving a lot of errors, and it will just go crazy, and the kind of data it will give you will not make any sense. So therefore, the quality of command or the prompt that you stitch is very important. Apart from that, then there are other issues also, like even if you have written a good prompt, then you also need to have access to a premium model of these AI tools, because say ChatGPT 3 or 3.5 or even the free version of Gemini and all, they have certain limitations that you cannot upload the PDF, or you cannot give long commands. Sometimes your specifications or your guidelines need some length, some verbosity, but in these you have some limitations on how much, to what specificity you can define that what kind of questions you need. So there are certain limitations, and the paid AI tools generally come at some price. So that is second limitation. Then there is a bias in most of the models because they are not trained on Indian data. So before that, I think this whole session is about AI, and I will just, it's a little late into the session, but I'll just take a moment and define that what is AI and how it actually works. So artificial intelligence is nothing but making a machine intelligent by providing it with huge amount of data so that it can understand patterns from that huge amount of data and then predict and make intelligent decisions about what it should do like next. And with every interaction that the user makes with these, it is getting some data, and this data is adding to the quality of response that the AI system will generate in future. So it's nothing at the base level, it's just crunching a lot of data. And therefore, the kind of data that we give to any AI system will define the kind of output that it gives. And most of the AI models, be it ChatGPT, be it Gemini, be it Claude, almost all of them, they are trained on global data and not specific to India, or say not specific to education domain, not specific to the curriculums that we follow at schools. It's very generic, and that is why there is a bias in the models. And that is one very big challenge when it comes to using these models for question generation, because we want to generate questions specific to a curriculum for Indian students, for our exam pattern, right? So there it starts giving very generic responses and some out of the syllabus kind of responses. Again, because the AI is not trained on Indian data, or not the data that is relevant for school use case, it sometimes starts misses the contextual understanding of the whole purpose or objective, and which is why the prompting becomes even more important. So you have to provide the context, and with the free versions, you have to keep providing the context every time. So every time you are engaging with the AI system, you have to provide the context, and then next time it will forget. Sometimes in the same session it forgets, and then you have to redefine the whole context for the system, which becomes actually very tedious. And you might think that I would have generated the questions of myself in so much time. The amount of time that you spend in making the AI system understand the context, the curriculum, the guidelines, and everything, so it becomes little time taking and tedious activity. So these are some of the challenges that we have observed, and some of the teachers who have been using the AI tools have reported. So before we move forward, I would like to get an understanding from our audience also, that as per your understanding, which of these challenges do you think can be the biggest issue when it comes to using AI for question generation? So there are a lot of challenges, but I just want to understand the priority, or the gravity of which issue is more lethal or more dangerous when it comes to this whole activity. So the poll should be live in your activities. Please take a moment and share what you feel about. So some of the issues, like I said, is that heavy dependence on prompts, and it's little tall expectation for us to expect that teachers from their existing very busy schedule take time to understand the machine language and kind of understand that how exactly they should go about engineering a prompt. So that is one. It's like asking the teachers to become software engineers also at the same time. And I think that is one biggest issue that our audience also feels, heavy dependence on prompts. Almost 15 people voted for that. 5 voted for hallucinations, overgeneralized, shallow questions. True, I have experienced it when I was using this for my own question generation exercises. Right, so I think as we can clearly see here also by the audience, that heavy dependence on prompts, considering how time taking they can be, and considering that you have to do it all over again and again, because these models have a tendency to lose the context time and again. So it becomes a very tedious task writing the prompts. And the biggest issue that I have faced when working with these systems is, so I would go and write a prompt, and then it will give me some answers, and then it will forget the context. So now I have to write the prompt again. But even if I copy paste the same prompt, like I just copy it from the previous message that I give the GPT to, and then I paste it, I get different set of, like I get the answers or responses in a different pattern, so it loses consistency. So even if you make sure that from your end you are giving a consistent prompt, you cannot still guarantee that you will get the responses in the same consistent manner. It keeps changing. So yes, I think these are some of the challenges that where AI tools kind of fail. And these are some of the solutions how these challenges can be mitigated. So one is that we have to give these AI models some context around the curriculum, around the content. So you can probably upload the curriculum in the paid version. This feature is there, wherein you can upload the files and knowledge documents. So GPT gets, or any AI model gets, they get some context that okay, I have to create questions keeping this as the scope. You can upload the textbook. Then you can do a little course on prompt engineering. There are a lot of courses available online. They are about some 2 months course or 1 month course, which will give you a complete understanding of, very good understanding of how to go about creating effective prompts. Then yeah, one issue that we forgot to discuss in the last slide, that for subjects especially like maths, physics, chemistry, where some special symbols or numeric representation like equations and all is very critical. There also these models sometimes give a lot of formatting issues. So when you want to kind of generate a matrix, it might not come in exactly that same format that you might want it to generate. So you have to give some subject specific training also. And best thing to do is probably create different
I think there is some network issue. Shweta ma'am will be joining. KK Singh sir, you want to say something about it? Meanwhile, Shweta ma'am is joining. You're on mute, sir. Sir, you are on mute.
Yeah, hi.
Ah.
So, so my focus was on the intent and the prompt creation. So I requested Shweta to brief about different prompts so that the optimum use can be made by the teachers.
Shweta
Otherwise,
ma'am is
the session
Shweta
which is
ma'am is
going on
here.
is perfect. Yes, Shweta.
You can continue, ma'am.
yeah, is my screen visible again?
Uh,
No.
you are visible, but your screen is not visible. Kindly share your screen.
Once you stop and share, maybe network issue is there.
It says that you are not allowed to share your screen, so if you can share it from your end, I think.
You are allowed. You are sharing right now. You're a
Yeah, but
co-host.
now it is saying that you're not allowed.
Let me.
So
Uh, you are a co-host. Let me check. Ah, you are allowed. You are a co-host there. Wait a minute.
Ma'am, you can try leaving and joining again.
No, I'm changing the setting maybe because of that. Wait a minute. Share the screen, Shweta ma'am, now.
No, I'm not getting that option to share. Maybe I'll just leave and join again. I'll try
Once
that.
again, you join, please.
Yeah.
You leave the meet and join again, Shweta ma'am.
I'll do that.
Meanwhile, Shweta ma'am is joining. In case you have any query, you can write it in the chat box. You will be getting a feedback form at the end of the session. So kindly fill that feedback form in to get the certificate. Whatever name you want on the feedback form, it should be correct. And your email ID should be correct. As I said, you will be getting at the end of the session. Let the session complete. Yes, Shweta ma'am, you can share your screen now.
Shweta, are you still getting shoes? Yes, you can generate geometry also.
Yeah, I have shared the screen again. Is it visible now?
No, not yet.
It is not visible yet.
Simta ma'am, please help her.
आप स्मिता मैम या फिर आप ही शेयर कर दो अपने साइड से if it is not visible now from my end.
Okay.
That button is
Now
now
it is visible
disabled.
by Simta ma'am.
Okay. So we are on the solution slide, right? So this is a slide actually that kind of is a guideline of how to go about creating effective prompts. So this part is important, wherein you have to use structured templates based on what kind of questions. Is I
Please.
can't see. I'm not able to see
Visible
the
now.
screen.
Shweta ma'am's screen is visible. Please pin on the Shweta ma'am's presentation. It is visible.
Okay. Yes. So thank you, and thank you everyone for showing patience with the technical glitches. So this is actually the most important slide of the whole event, wherein there are the guidelines of how you can get quality output from your AI model. You can create your own model by taking into consideration all of these. You can upload your curriculum content files. You can train them separately on different kind of subjects. And actually I would show you a little document that once I used to guide a good quality of responses from my system. So my screen is still visible, right? And there is a document that you all can see. So here, if I want to generate MCQ kind of questions, then I would ask the GPT or any AI model to kind of, do it on Bloom's taxonomy. So the questions are not very generic and not just testing the memory, but also comprehension of the student. So I've mentioned that. I have also described that when it comes to the higher order of questions like creating, I generally don't get very good quality of response. So for that, I have specified different set of guidelines that if it is a higher order MCQ, then make sure that the scenario is a little complex, it's innovative, you're combining the concepts and all those other things. And this is just the format in which I wanted my responses to be. And if it is a case study questions, then I want the GPT or the AI model to kind of take care that there is tight integration with the scenario. Otherwise, what will happen is it will kind of just generate some case and some questions, and they might not be even interrelated. So your students might not even have to read the case to answer those questions. So making sure that you are specifying all of these guidelines is very important. You have to ensure that there is creativity in the scenarios, so you have to give a guideline around that. Otherwise it will keep generating same kind of questions, same kind of scenarios. And then if it is a assertion reason kind of question, then you have to make sure that there are specific guidelines mentioned for those kind of questions. Both the assertion and reason should be correct and logically connected. They should not be random statements making no sense. So depending on what kind of output you get, you have to keep refining also. This is not one set that you can just blindly follow. Depending on what kind of output you get, you have to keep adding guidelines to it, or you have to keep modifying it. So this is just one example around how you can give a question type specific guidelines. Similarly, you can give guidelines around the subject that you are taking, the curriculum that you are taking, and all of those things. So I'll just quickly, in the interest of time, I will quickly go back to the presentation. So I will just quickly share that how Neo can help here, because we at Neo have already created a model that uses all these different AI models in backend, be it GPT, Gemini, Chat PDF. So you get the best of all models, and you don't have to do the prompting yourself, because that is also taken care of from our end. All a teacher has to do is it has to assign an activity, and there is a personalization engine that has the student metrics or student parameters, and for every student a set of questions is generated based on the curriculum that you are teaching, the grade that you are teaching, the syllabus. Everything is already, the model is already trained on all of that. The kind of questions you want, to be it CBQs, be it case study, be it assertion reason, Bloom's taxonomy wale MCQs. So all of these are already, the model is already trained on it. From the previous year questions, sample question papers presented on the curriculum websites. And then based on this guidelines that it is already trained on, and the parameters that are personal to that student, it then creates a personalized set of questions for every student, which when one takes the activity, the learning state of the student is again updated to the AI model, and it is fed back to the teacher also for reference, so they know that okay, which student is facing a problem in which area, what are the choke points where that student is struggling. And then this becomes a positive spiral, and the model also keeps learning about the students, and it keeps giving that engaging questions that students also enjoy. So this is, in a glimpse, what Neo AI does. So I would like to give you a quick demo of the app since we are running out of time. What I will do is I will directly skip to the product demo. So basically for teachers, you have free access to all the AI models. You don't have to train the model yourself. The training is already done and you don't have to learn the prompt engineering yourself. That is also taken care of. I will just now move to the demo part. So once a teacher downloads the app from the Neo app from the Play Store, it's available on Play Store. This there will be a quick scan for virus. I think that security check that you get for any normal app. And once it's through, this would be the initial screen wherein at first you have to just type in your number. You put in your number and then you will receive an OTP. Just punch in that OTP and then you can log in. Type in your name so that the app can address you with that. We collaborate with the schools, and if you have a school code, then you type in that school code. Otherwise, if you are an individual teacher and wants to try it out, you can choose no, and then you can tell that which school you belong to. Say we type in DPS Varanasi if you are from DPS Varanasi, and then you can go ahead, enter the class, grade, and section that you want to create. This is basically you're creating your classroom. You choose your subject. And then you have to invite your students here. You can share the link over WhatsApp. You can share it in your group, student group, or you can share it individually with your students. So this text will go along with the app link to your student and they will have your code. So when they click on this, they will automatically get added to your classroom. So now that the student is attached to your classroom, you can continue the onboarding process. And this is your home screen. So you have created a classroom and all your students will basically get added to that class. Now, what will happen after they have entered the classroom is, I'll just show another demo quickly. So once you have created your classroom and you have invited the students and they have also, joined your classroom by clicking on that link. Is my screen visible?
Your
Yes, ma'am.
presentation is visible.
Okay.
Now the screen is coming. Yes, now the screen is coming.
Right. So once you have created your classroom and the students have also joined it. So this would be your classroom will look like. Say you have created multiple classrooms, then you can enter a classroom. All the chapters of your subject will already be listed there. You can choose a chapter, you can go inside and whatever topics you have completed, you can choose the topics on which you want to generate the questions. Say we have selected 3 subtopics here. You can decide whether you want to send a revision kind of activity. Here in some notes will go along with some interspersed MCQs, or you can send a practice quiz. If you choose adaptive, then a personalized set of questions will go to each student. If you choose non-adaptive, then a standard set of questions will go to all the students, wherein you can set the difficulty level. Then you can review all the questions. Initially, the questions are of low competency level, mostly checking the memory and all, and gradually the level increases. This is the student app. So once you have sent them a set of questions, it will come here, and then the student can click on it. They can start taking that set of questions, and this is the interface that your students will get, the questions that you have sent them. So like I said, that initially the questions will start from basic level 1, level 2 difficulty level and comprehension. And once the student is answering correct answers, then gradually the system increases the level of questions. and takes it to higher order questions and then later case-based questions and assertion reason. The students can also view their stats. They can also review the questions. They can see the correct answers and everything. And once the student has taken this set of questions in the student app, you will be able to see aggregated data of how your class is performing on those set of questions. So you can see the minimum score, maximum score, the average score, how many percent of students have submitted. Now this is very important, weak concepts. So all the questions that they have attempted and all the students, depending on which questions they have not been able to attempt right, the system will extract the key concepts or the weak concepts from that set of questions. So this is the input for you, that what you have to focus on in your next session or whenever you are interacting with the students next. Preparedness is basically based on the comprehension level of the students, again based on Bloom's taxonomy, that whether they are just remembering the information or understanding or able to apply it, analyze, evaluate. And then going forward, there is kind of a distribution of all your students, that how many students are lying in which segment, and few students who probably need some extra attention, few students who are doing really well, showing a lot of progress, and students who are consistently performing well. So this is the kind of first level of report that you see on the activity. Apart from that, you also see aggregated class data, that how your overall class has been performing, all the activities that you have assigned so far, or all the set of questions. So here also you see the weak concepts, their distribution, their week on week progress of the students, and some students who probably need attention and are performing really well. So in the interest of time, I will just pause here and share the QR code of the app for you all to kind of experience it yourself. So my screen is still visible, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So the first QR code, the big one, is basically the QR code using which you can download the app yourself. We just saw that how you can go about using it, and it is live on Play Store. Smita ma'am, can you share that screen from your side, the last screen?
Shared, ma'am.
All right, thank you. So the first QR code is basically the link to your QR code for the Play Store app, wherein you can download it and experience it for yourself. And so for now we have done trained the curriculum on CBSE and for NCRT content for 9th and 10th standard. But if you want us to help you with the different grades or different curriculum, then you can fill out this beta registration form. So our team will then reach out to you and give you a different app for your standard and your curriculum. And if you need like any assistance with the with this app, how to use it, or want to give any feedback, or maybe attend more such events in future, that how to go about using AI for reducing your workload, enhancing your learning outcomes, you can join our WhatsApp community, so you can stay connected with us and help us probably improve the product for you all. So while we are on call, I will be, available for another 5-10 minutes to take any questions, and you can parallelly probably download the app and see for yourself if you are able to smoothly, create your classes and try it out. It is free for initial 500 teachers, and we already have about 150 teachers using it. So maybe from this event, I think we already have 200 to 50 teachers in this event. So I think all of you can avail that offer. Uh, are you able to, download
Shweta
it?
ma'am,
Huh.
Shweta ma'am, there is a question. There are too many Neo apps are there. Which one is suitable? Which one we have to download? It was there in the
No,
chat.
they're not. Okay, what I will do is, if you scan this QR code, you will be taken directly to the one which you have to download. But I will also share link in chat for you all. If someone is not able to scan the QR code, I will share the link to the app in the chat. Yes, you can use it in mobile. In fact, this is for mobile only. So you do not need any laptop or desktop or any system, huge system for this. It's a mobile friendly app.
One more question is there from Roshali ma'am. Can Neo AI gives question related to state board syllabus?
It can give. I would request you to fill the beta registration form in that case and mention your state board in one of the columns. They will help you with that. So for state boards, for grades other than 9, 10, for if there are any folks who are attending from outside India, please fill the beta registration form so my team can get back to you with your specific needs and requirements.
One more question is there from Prabhjot ma'am. Please share the prompt for the creation of table based question such as match the column, find the correct or incorrect pair.
All right. So, sure, I'll be happy to share it. Maybe you can, join the community and there you can. So there is the last link that is there, no, WhatsApp group. I would request you to join that, and then maybe DM me with the specific requirements, and I'll help you with that.
One more query is there from Chalam. I have installed the Neo AI app after OTP verification. The app says we are verifying code with your school website. So what to answer?
I didn't get this last query. No, I just read once. I didn't
I
understand the
had
last query.
installed Neo AI app. After OTP verification, the app says we are verifying code with your school or website.
So, okay, have you entered any code there? If you do, if your school is already not, if your school is not enrolled with us, then you don't have to select that option. You have to go back and say that no, you are not associated with the school, and then you have to go ahead with the rest of the steps. So maybe you can go back into the navigation, or you can if that's not helping you, then you can probably join this WhatsApp community from where you will get my WhatsApp contact, and you can directly reach out to me and I will help you with the login.
One more question is there. Is this app only for the school?
No, it's not for a school. If you are even teaching a small group of students, maybe if you are taking some tuition or coaching, then also you can use it. In that case, you have to choose there that you are not associated with the school, you are just a solo teacher. So there are two options when you try to log in. So there you have to choose no school code, and then you can mention your name in the coaching institute or the school thing. Smita ma'am, I have shared with you the Play Store link of this app. For those who are not able to kind of log in, if you can just share this link in the
Sure,
chat.
ma'am. Sure. I am doing it. I'm sharing in the chat box. You can directly do it through the link. Tina ma'am, you were asking something?
Yeah, I was asking for the link only.
The link is there in the chat box, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah, I got it.
This
Thank you.
is this is for the app. If you want for the community, we will share the community link also.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I will share those also with you, ma'am, in the chat itself.
Please, I will share it here.
I'm joining with my phone. I'm logging out from here.
Shweta ma'am,
Shweta ma'am is
hello.
joining. Dina ma'am. Dina ma'am, she is joining. She is joining from the phone. She has a network issue, so she will join from phone.
Okay, Smita ma'am.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
this app, Smita madam,
Ma'am,
is it helpful for class 11th and 12th question paper setting also?
Yes, ma'am.
Suppose CS and IP I would like to set. Will
Yeah,
it be helpful?
it is there. You have to mention when you are registering yourself. You have to mention the class also, which for which class you are registering. You will get the
Okay,
question of same.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Smita ma'am, Nitya here from
Yes, ma'am.
Muscat. I have scanned the QR code, and when and the QR code directly directed me to the Play Store, the Neo AI. But then it shows that the app is not available in my country.
This answer Shweta ma'am will give. Let her
Yes,
join.
yes.
She is there.
In that case, I have
Sure,
joined here.
sure.
So in that case, ma'am, can you please fill the beta registration form so that we can share the version that would be functional in your country?
Okay, ma'am. Thank
Yeah,
you so
the
much.
second
I'll do
QR
it.
code. You have to scan the second QR code and fill the form.
Shweta ma'am, one
Sure,
more
ma'am.
question.
Thank you.
Neo AI and Neo Assistants different? Are they both are
Yeah,
different?
yeah, they both are different. Assistant is for the teachers, and Neo AI, the other one, is for the students. So when the students try and join from the link that is sent by the teacher, so they will get the link to Neo AI.
Rabia ma'am, you have to fill the registration beta code form so that it is available for your country also.
Smita ma'am, the link which you have shared in the chat box for opening the app, it is not opening.
Which the Neo
Uh,
app link is not opening.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
So are you with the mobile or with the desktop?
I'm with the mobile, ma'am. I'm using the phone.
So with the mobile it is opening, sir. Others are downloading it by there only with the same link. Once you please check the network.
Smita ma'am, I have shared the other two links also with you for the registration form and for the community. Maybe you can share those also in the chat for the audience.
Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, any other questions, please? If anyone is facing any issue in downloading the app or using it, please join the WhatsApp community so you can directly connect with me, and my team will help you with whatever issues you might be facing. What is BE10X? That might be your code. So when the students join with that link, they will get added to your class only and not to someone else's class, which is why that unique code is assigned for every teacher.
And I hope everybody has filled the feedback form. So within 1 or 2 days, you will receive the certificate also. Or maybe I will be sending in the group only the folder link and you can download your certificates from there.
If you have registered for one class and if you have to change class, I have registered for 10th standard. And
Mm-hmm.
if I want to go for 9th standard, do I have to start again or how can I change the class?
If you want to take multiple classes, then in that case, my team will configure it from the backend for you. So you please either you reach out to me on WhatsApp, join the WhatsApp community, and DM me with what all classes you want to create the classrooms for, and I will get it created for you by my team.
Ma'am, can you please
Okay,
share
thank
the
you very much.
again?
Sorry, please come
Ma'am,
again.
can you please share the feedback form again, because I got logged out when I was filling my feedback form.
Just now
And
I have shared, Julie ma'am. Just now I have shared.
okay, thank you so much, Beta ma'am. Yeah.
Smita ma'am,
Yes, Veena ma'am.
ma'am, I have sent a request to join the chat WhatsApp group.
Vidya ma'am, that is Shweta ma'am's group. She will accept the request.
Okay,
Shweta
thank you so
ma'am.
much.
Yes, Meena ma'am.
Ma'am, is the course available for 11, 12 also?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I have tried for 12th maths, but I have entered
You
in
have
10th.
to fill the beta registration form, ma'am. Then your class will be allotted to you, and then you can find the course there.
In beta registration form, after the registration, they are not allowing me to add in the WhatsApp group.
No, no. You just fill the beta registration form. For joining the WhatsApp group, there is another link. You
No,
can see
ma'am.
that.
After beta form is also there a link, but
Okay.
it is saying that it is reset.
Okay, no problem. You leave that and join the group,
Okay,
the
ma'am.
Neo AI
I
Educator
have.
Circle, and there you can get the solution of all the
Yes,
problems.
yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you, thank you. Nice session.
The export, I think someone has asked, can we export the questions? So export feature is not available in this free trial. We want you to first experience the app, and then if you want, in a premium version, that can be enabled, the export feature. It is there in the premium version.
I think now those who want to ask question, they must have joined the community. You can post the question there. We can close the session now, Shweta ma'am. It's
Yes, please.
almost
I think we can do.
6:20.
I think we are already 20 minutes past,
Yeah.
and there are more than 100 teachers still. So it just shows, like, I think they really like the session. So thank you everyone for staying back and giving me
Please
such.
join the community. Yes, please join the
Yes,
community. You will get all the information there.
yes, yes. I will be directly engaging with all of you there in the community. You can DM me, you can WhatsApp me, and we will take it forward from there.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, folks, for all the appreciation. We'll keep doing such sessions in future for you all.
I hope everybody has joined the community or the WhatsApp group of GG Varanasi or GG Agra. So you can get the information
Thank
there.
you. Thank you, Smita ma'am.
Thank you, Shweta ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.